The first time here.
God.
Yeah, so that's what I do.
That sounds like a neat project.
It's gorgeous, but it
That was
is.
at Dad's, family went to.
And here's the funny thing, because
Oh my God. Along the road there. And
see
I
that
was like, record all.
First year ever she got it?
Because they were just so amazing.
she had it on opening day.
We went, I never got to write on this. Like, he took us out later. Not that far away is a model airplane trip that a guy has. And so Gene and Ryan and I and Dad went over there and watched model planes fly.
No, I didn't think
It
it
was
looked
one
that
that
big
was like
on the way she shot it.
Triangle shape. And the
It
guy just
doesn't.
flew it.
But again,
Miles an hour past us.
But then you
It was
zoom in and
like
look at it, and you're like, well, yeah, those are
Sure.
really thick.
Huh.
Also, it's.
Yeah.
That's gonna make it look better.
American
Karen, were you in court today?
license.
Yeah.
So, yes, you know, that
Well, which part?
license to be a
Six.
Well, the med state court.
But
Oh,
that was a
No,
highlight.
that's not. I can't remember what.
Nice to have a chance to
Are you with the same
Yeah.
judge all the time?
One-on-ones, that was wonderful.
The taxidermist said that in theory, what, 4 or 5 year old, you know.
Wow. Made it that long.
That's crazy. Then you have the 9-year-old Buckeye shot a few years
So
back.
just getting the
Where
first
they
shot.
were all
Well,
Yeah,
everything
it's
is
almost there.
What do you mean, snow?
Oh, that's all broke.
Yeah, that's all.
They did.
You got to fight.
Wow.
wow.
And
And then that one was completely broken off.
Oh, that's what's
He,
wondering, there's something.
He had a rough life. He had a couple of missing front teeth. His back teeth were ground almost down to nothing. That's how he knew he was like 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
You saw how great he was.
Yeah.
I didn't
You
even know.
think he
he-
was 9 or 10?
Yeah.
That's pretty long life.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was a bug. I thought it was a big dope.
And we did.
I was just trying to put me.
Finally figured it out, but there was
It
some
literally
very
passed by
small
my
parts of-
line.
Parts of it, because
I know at one time.
we would let it go. to
Yeah,
the-
probably pretty close to, would have been walking between the wall and Karen.
Yeah, but the-
And I was just sitting there like this, like I can't move right now. And I'm just slowly rotating with it as it's going by.
It was.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
it okay?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the tenderloin, I had the tenderloins in the heart that night.
And then the tail of it was all intact.
What do you think?
And I think I was soaking it.
Oh, I don't know, but they went to Wanakee for that.
And I
so.
started to go along the
Guy did a
tail. and
beautiful
all the
job.
part,
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was like. "Oh, don't you have on, you're ruining it." I was like, well, it's been on. I don't think I can.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything
She
from
still is kind of sore.
Sir Thomas today, so.
Just been like this all
God, the
over.
sun's going down.
I totally forget. You know, I should have just left it.
Rehydrating after being out there all day.
What about the next couple of days?
Want to see the best part about being out there?
That was fun.
I tried to.
Oh, your suntan.
Gotta look at this arm, look at this arm.
I got arms and the other.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't.
And then, because the sun comes in,
Ah.
hits one knee but not the other.
How I go is I go to the county website.
People are like, well, why don't you just put
Is
something
on
on?
notice, and then it just lets me.
Cares? 53 on single. You get- I-
On the notice, having one permanent link for the port, but then takes you to a second.
If I was gonna impress somebody, it would have been 30 years ago.
I'm not sure it's the second one.
Okay, all righty then. You're reaching the point where.
I know, so I can't remember who emailed me, they were like.
Now, if I get
"Where-
my
where'd you get
button
it?"
here and I
Well,
take off,
the first
take off
one,
the
I
70, 80
released
pounds I want to take off.
And you
That's
know, I
another
had
story.
everything written in a paper planner, and I didn't take that to read this that day, so.
We're not still recording, right? We need to talk after the meeting.
He needs to talk to you. Yeah. People here.
Too hot. Everyone wants to stay home and stay cool. If they have pools, they're up by their pool. If they don't want to be outside in the heat, they're in the air conditioning right now. My brother's a really good mix for their fire pit. Oh, the night time because it cools off.
Yeah, but it's gonna get down to 65 tonight.
And it's so dry that the mosquitoes haven't gotten bad yet.
No, they haven't. And how dry it is already. Wow.
Well, if we get the rain that we're supposed to on Thursday, it'll explode a little bit on. We see that when we get thunderstorms, when we need water. I want a two-day nice slow soak.
Got a 2-day rush, so.
Oh.
I know.
Nathan, so we had that discussion with the last deliberation. That's in. Yeah, so we just know that it goes. This is June. Next May.
Yeah. It's 7 months old to the mayor, so. Then we bought another mayor, so we had 6.
Wow.
Had 3 to that.
Neighbors are kind of crummy about.
Only thing I don't want to have is well, we do everything.
Oh. Some of these, I guess I can't. Time ago.
You're famous. Did you know that? So nice.
Next week. Did you look next week?
Wow.
We have a long vacation. So we have. spring kids and stuff, right?
Okay.
So.
It's the choice of.
Great.
Words.
Oh, re-rolling? Good evening. My name is John Hens, and I'm the chairman of the Planning and Zoning Committee. I represent District 21, which consists of the south side of the city of Oshkosh, including the airport and along the shore of Lake Winnebago. In a moment, I'll ask the members of the committee to introduce themselves, and I'll also ask the zoning staff to introduce themselves and explain the appeals procedure. Hearing process is as follows. Please turn off or silence your cell phones. All testimony is given for the record. Please come forward when recognized and you will be sworn in. When talking, please speak clearly so that all in attendance can hear what you have to say. When you are giving your testimony, please state your position for or against the item that you are testifying on. The committee doesn't want conversations between members of the audience. If you feel the need to have a conversation with other individuals, we would ask that you please leave the room and utilize another area of the building. If you have questions of a particular speaker, please come forward and ask your questions of the committee, and we will try to find out the answers for you. The committee will make its decisions at the deliberative meeting to be held on June 9th, I believe. Yeah, on June 9th. As with all county meetings, it is an open meeting. However, no additional testimony will be given at that time. This meeting is the one and only opportunity to present testimony for the record. The deliberative meeting is in the County Administration Building here on Otter Street in room 120 at 7:30 a.m. and via Zoom meeting. Zoom information for the deliberative will be posted on the deliberative agenda on the county website under meetings and agendas. If you need assistance, please call the zoning department or the county clerk's office.
I'm Mary Beth Gabbard. I represent District 12, which is the western and eastern part of the town of Oshkosh and the northern section of the city of Oshkosh.
Good evening, I'm Tom Egan. I represent District 33, which consists of Rushford, Huygen, Utica, part of Utica, DPScom, and part of the town of Iowa.
I'm Howard Miller. I represent District 36, which is the towns of Wolf River, Winchester, and the western part of Clayton.
I'm Shauna Sestera. I represent east of Utica, and Black Wolf and the Pipeline.
I'm Brian O'Rourke from the planning department. The appeals procedure is as follows. For a code amendment, whether it's a zoning map or text, 1, anyone wishing to protest a zoning map amendment needs to do so at least 24 hours prior to the item being considered by the county board. Contact the zoning office during normal working hours and staff will assist with this procedure. 2, an aggrieved person may appeal a final decision relative to a code amendment, either text or map amendment, by filing an appeal with a court competent jurisdiction within 30 days of the final decision. For a planned development overlay district, 1, an aggrieved person may file an appeal claiming the required procedural requirements were not followed relative to a planned development overlay district with the Board of Adjustment prior to the issuance of a final decision or within 30 days of issuance of a final decision. Contact the zoning office during normal working hours and staff will assist with this procedure. 2, an aggrieved person may appeal the final decision of the Board of Adjustment or the Planning and Zoning Committee relative to a planned development overlay district to a court competent jurisdiction within 30 days of the final decision.
Thank you. And with that, we'll move on to item number 1 on the agenda.
Item number 1 is application number 2023-PBB-6350, applicant BL Titan LLC. Location of premises 1345 Egg Harbor Lane, tax parcel number 002-009-102-06 and 002-009-102-05 Legal description, being part of Lot 1 of CSM 1677 and also part of the unplatted southeast quarter of the northeast quarter of Section 16, Township 18 North, Range 16 East, Town of Algoma, Winnebago County, Wisconsin. Explanation: applicant is requesting a zoning change from B3 Regional Business District to R2 Suburban Residential District and PDD Planned Development District for proposed lot creation located on a private road.
Thank you. And did we have anything?
I'm looking to see if there's any questions. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Is the petitioner here this evening for this item or on Zoom?
I have no correspondence.
Okay. No correspondence. And I'm not seeing anyone here from this item. So is there anybody here to speak on about this item? See anything?
I have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Is there a planned development district plan for this?
This is the plan development district. They're doing both, the zoning change and a PDD. This number is actually number one on the agenda, the PDD.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So they're
all.
doing both.
Okay. In this, the planned development district is only for lot one, is that correct?
Yes, because it's the private road. They couldn't meet the right of way from the requirements, so they have to do a PDD.
Okay. So is there an easement that goes on that private road, or is there any?
That I wouldn't know. I don't know what their setup is. And that never came up, but
Okay.
Anybody else from the?
An easement is to be made, that has to be put in when they go ahead and take this, don't that have to be put in someplace though?
I believe that would be between them and the town. If there's any kind of easement. Because to be 100% sure, I'm not sure about the ownership on that, but
Don't have to be on the map.
they're not always on the map. Sometimes you have to research a document at the register of deeds to see if there's any easements associated with parcels. Because those types of easements we don't have access to on our GIS system. And the town didn't respond, so I couldn't tell you what they've done. And the only reason for the PDD is because of the private road. It's for no other purpose than that.
Anyone else? Okay.
Even though it was discussed, you still have to read the legal for number one. Because they're two separate items. So Mary Beth already did the zoning change, so the plan development, you have to read it.
I read the plan development.
You read this, yeah.
Yep, I read that
Yeah.
one. So now I'm gonna read the next one.
Yeah, the zoning.
Yep.
Okay,
So item number 2 on the agenda.
I thought we could put them together, but I see that there's
They're separate.
application number 2023-ZC-6360. Applicant BL Titan LLC, location of premises 1351 Egg Harbor Lane. Tax parcel number 002-009-10206 and 002-009-10205 P. Legal description being part of lot 1 of CSM 1677 and also part of the unplatted southeast quarter of the northeast quarter of section 16, township 18 north, range 16 east, town of Algoma, Winnebago County, Wisconsin. Explanation: applicant is requesting a zoning change from B3 Regional Business District to R2 Suburban Residential District for the creation of a new parcel.
Okay, and again, no correspondence, I'm guessing.
Nope, not either.
Okay, and again, I haven't seen anybody else who's come on Zoom, and anybody else who's here. Is there anybody who is the petitioner? Defendants, I'm not seeing that. Anybody here to speak on that item? Not seeing anyone. Come back to the committee. Any discussion on this? On the zoning change? Sean?
Can I make some comments without asking a question?
Sure.
Okay, so just observations, was that this is creating a residential lot in this, and if I need to be corrected, that's what I'm looking for. Creating a residential lot on a sliver to the south of the residential, on the B3 to R2 to make the home conforming. The PDD is because it's on a private road. I know that there was a question asked, is lot 1 and 2 all the same property? And we were told, yes. Creating 2 lots, cut in half, business and residential. And that PDD is overlay because of private road.
That is my understanding, correct?
Okay, thank you. And then a few more things, if I may. It was inquired about the shed. There was inquiry about the shed. And I think what we were told is there's currently residential use in a business district, therefore it's non-conforming.
Right.
And then there was mention of 2 tax parcels. These are 2 tax parcels, right?
Yes.
Okay. And that sliver will be going on to that lot. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, I'm not seeing anyone else. We'll move on to next item, item number 3, Madam Vice Chair.
Okay, application number 20, excuse me, 2023-ZC-6370, applicant Lindsay Bond and others. Location of premises 1747 and 1743 Burr Oak Road, tax parcel number 024-018102 (P) and 024-018-101 (P). Legal description being all of lot 1 of CSM 811, located on the southwest quarter of the southeast quarter, and also part of the unplatted southwest quarter of the southeast quarter of section 10, township 17 north, range 15 east, town of Utica, Winnebago County, Wisconsin. Explanation: applicant is requesting a zoning map amendment from R2 suburban residential district and A2 general agriculture to R2 and A2 for the creation of new parcels.
Thank you. Do we have any correspondence?
We do have correspondence from the town of Utica recommending approval. And findings, town has adopted land use plan, action agrees with town land use plan.
Okay. Thank you. And do we have the petitioner here for this item?
Yep, I'm Lindsay Bond. Now Lindsay Locklear.
Okay, and did you have anything you wanted to say with this, on this item, or? And
I
before, I need you to be sworn in, so.
Gonna raise your right hand. You solemnly swear you're about, the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
do, yes.
State your name and address.
Lindsay Locklear, 1743 Burr Oak Road, Oshkosh, Wisconsin, 54904.
Okay, Lindsay, go ahead.
All right, I was to say, I don't have anything to add. This process has been very confusing for me, and I just did the paperwork and paid the dues and filled out the forms that I needed to, so.
Well, thank you for being honest. Yeah, then we go. And, okay, is there anybody here to speak on this item in attendance or on Zoom? Okay, I'll come to the committee. The committee have any questions of the petitioner while we have her here?
Wanted to clarify, the notes I took was, Dan thought it was cleaning up the colors on the map, the zoning districts, guessing because of the structure, is that,
That's correct.
okay, thank you.
Yep. It's pretty straightforward at this one.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, just wanted to clarify.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll move on to item 4. Did you want to say something or you want to?
Oh, yeah. Mary Beth can do her part now.
Okay.
Okay,
Madam Vice Chair.
all right. Application number 2023-ZC-6330 Hothead Properties LLC. Location of premises 1577 Deerwood Drive, tax parcel 010-0203-03. Legal description being part of the northeast quarter of the northwest quarter of section 20, Township 20 North, Range 17 East, Town of Neenah, Winnebago County, Wisconsin. Explanation, applicant is requesting a zoning change from B3 Regional Business District to I1 Light Industrial District for expansion of an existing building.
So let me read the town of Neenah's correspondence to the record on this one. So town of Neenah is recommending approval with town findings. 1, town has an adopted land use plan. 2, action agrees with town land use plan. And then they have an other. Recommend approval if and only if the owner imposes a deed restriction on the property that is enforceable by the town of Neenah to prohibit outside storage of personal property, extend the landscape screening in front of the structures, and maintain the existing screening along Deerwood Drive. The problem with this is you can't put a condition on a zoning change. It's either approved or denied. And the way I interpret this, they approved it with that caveat. So once you guys are done with discussion or questions, my recommendation is going to be that out of courtesy to the town of Neenah, refer this back to them with an explanation as to why, because they can't condition it, and let them get a second to get the can. Because this other report is very clear that they're only recommending approval with that condition. So. Discussion.
Okay, do we have the applicant here?
Yes.
No? Okay. It's your-
State that you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes,
State your name and address.
Steve Fleming, 1577 Deerwood Drive, Neenah, Wisconsin, 54956.
Did you have anything you wanted to add or?
My discussions with Brian and Carrie at Winnebago County zoning was, I'm sorry, with your name?
Brian.
Brian, was regarding the deed is not possible that they can put that restriction on me. Or hopefully proceed with putting up another building.
If this were a conditional use, you could do that.
Mhm.
The zoning changes either straight approval or strict difference. So
Right.
It sounds like those are conditions that should be on a site plan.
Yeah.
You know, I'm assuming you'll have to get a site plan approved by the town for your
But that,
construction. And
it's a straight approval or denial regardless.
I understand
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
but, you know, those sound like restrictions that should be associated with the site plan and not the zoning change. You know,
anything else or anybody have any questions? for
I
him?
do. I have
Go
a
ahead.
question for you. So we viewed this on Friday. You have a building, the storage units are over here, and as we came in the driveway, you have a building already up that looks like it's for contractor.
Yep.
So is that, we could say he said, she said, they said, are you looking at similar buildings like that to put up and lease out
Yes,
for contractors of some sort?
correct.
Thank you.
Sure.
So I just would like to refer back to my notes, if I may. So if I understand correctly, it's commercial to light industrial?
Yes.
Okay. The town had decent number of residential complaints about the change. But we could see there's a pretty good way away from the business, and there was also the trees. We did see that. And if I understand, it's like looking to build like kind of a sort of a strip mall for contractors to come in and to be able to, a variety, not a strip mall, if that's the wrong use. Is that right? I mean,
No, it's just another building that would be subdivided potentially into separate units within the one building.
and then you would be renting those out
Correct,
to various contractors?
correct.
Okay, all right. There was a question that I had of why not leave this commercial? Is that something that you might be able to?
Does it have to do with the usage?
I was told I couldn't even though my neighbors are all B3. And
The allowed
same
usages
thing.
and commercial.
Yes, the use changes because of
Yeah.
what he's proposing, that's why.
Okay, so it's not possible to leave it commercial because the uses,
He needs the I1 for light industrial.
okay, gotcha. Okay, so, excuse me just a minute. And I was told the B3 and the I1 are similar, but they're not exactly the same.
Right, there's different allowed uses within each one.
Thank you.
Will that building look the same as what the one that's there now? Like what they're doing?
Typical,
And then it'll go to the north,
yes.
and so that gravel and all that that's there now will be gone.
Yep, well, the gravel will be hopefully covered with the new building.
Right. But in other words, if you covered, it won't be part, you won't be seeing it out there, I guess.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Is anybody else here who wants to speak to this item? Anybody on Zoom? Make
I
sure.
wanted to speak. I'm Carrie Stern.
You want to
Okay,
raise your right hand? You solemnly swear the statements you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes,
State your name and address.
I'm Carrie Stern. I live at 1570 Deerwood Drive, directly across from this property. And I did want to say that they've been really good neighbors and they've put up, he's done a really good job with the landscaping, put in trees and as a buffer and a screening. And that's exactly what I told the town. My only concern, and the same thing I told the town is, should he sell the property, is that that the next owner would keep it up to the same pace with the rezoning type thing, because the rezoning allow us for more use. And when I was at the town meeting, the town lawyer is the one who said that they could put it with the deed of the property. That's all I know, but that's where that came from. It wasn't they can approve the rezoning and then the condition is on the deed, which is different. So just wanted to add that. That's why.
okay. Thank you. Anyone?
The question, if we hold this up for a month, is it gonna matter 1 month? I know you'd like to get going, but the way it's written now, can't do it that way.
I'm at your mercy.
Well, we can either send it back or we cannot.
You could send it back and give them a second kick, or you could approve it but not include that condition because you can't include conditions on the zoning change. But again, I think as a courtesy to the town of Neenah, as frustrating as that is going to be for the applicant, I think we owe them to give them another chance. We can't put that restriction on there.
And are you hoping they'll come back then with just
It's either got to be a recommendation for approval.
Oh, no,
or just-
without these,
Right,
Right.
okay, or not approved?
right.
So, question for Mr. Revere. Is there any way to do this a little bit differently? Besides like taking a whole meeting to say that we're not gonna be able to do it and
If the town decides to reconsider it, it's on their schedule for wherever their next town board meeting is. So we're kind of handcuffed with that part of it. Believe me, if there was a quicker way to do this, because this has come up quite often, we would do it, but this is the only way to do it.
so the other question I have, just a practical question is, do they know that?
I will notify them if you in fact send it back to them, and I'll let them know why. I'll either call Ellen or.
Which will be next week.
Can you do it before that? I don't mean to be rude.
If you send it back to them, I'll be calling them tomorrow, to let them know, but we are on their schedule as far as if they decide to hear this. They're not gonna schedule a special meeting just to take care of this item.
So you're saying we could do that tonight?
You can refer it back to the town.
Tonight we can do that?
Yeah, that's, you have to do that
Okay.
now.
Okay,
Yeah. So staff is recommending to adjourn this until your June public hearing. We will refer this back to the town. We will let them know why and explain it. So I think they'll understand. We work with Bob.
What if they don't come back with anything in a timely fashion and we have this rescheduled? Our choice? What we do that time? Or do we wait another month?
I think we end up having to wait another month to let them know that if they do that again, well, you could technically. Yeah, you would have to give them another month. I don't see them doing that. I
Okay,
really don't.
okay.
I'm fairly confident that. they'll
They can get it
understand.
done
They can
when-
still make a decision on denial, but they'll
Yeah.
understand that they can't condition it either way.
Can I ask why we'd have to give them another month? I mean, we're here
You
tonight.
never had this come up, so I don't want to answer that. I can give the
Okay.
answer at the delivery, but I don't want to say anything that isn't accurate. But that's never come up.
Right. We quite should have handled it, but I just need if
No,
there's some reason they say, well, no, we're not going to, and then it comes back in our lap again. We have to wait till next time to make the decision.
I would, if that was the road they went down, I would just envision them sending it back to us with that condition. And the staff report would recommend approval, but not that condition.
I'm not in favor of 60 days,
No, I'm not either.
because that isn't fair.
Okay. Yes, yeah,
What, this would go back to town at Nina,
Yes,
so that would be when? June meeting?
yeah,
July?
they're June town board meeting. I'm hoping, I can't see why it wouldn't be yet.
And then it's gonna get pushed to July for you, and probably end of August before approval.
Middle of August, yeah. It's the state statutes, the way they're set up. We, like I said, we could do these things quicker, get them out the door. We would do that, but hands are kind of tied. So I will make a formal recommendation to this committee to refer it back to the town of Nina to address the condition. And I will let them know if you decide to do that, I will call them tomorrow.
Can we put in that motion to also allow to take up the matter on our June?
You don't have to go along.
We don't
If
have
they
to,
refer it back to us.
if we refer it back, can we put a deadline on them? Or can we do our own deadline so that it's a June public hearing? Can't.
Just a referral back to.
We can tell when they're meeting us.
hey, Sean, did you have something?
So what you just said, Mr. Chairman, are we able to take that up right now to vote on that?
You have to do it now. You want to
Okay.
Refer it back, yes.
All right,
So I would, yeah,
Can I make a request to approve?
You can.
Okay.
Well, actually, you'd have, your request would have to be to not refer it back to the town. You couldn't ask for the approval.
because our approval would actually be at the next meeting on the 9th.
So formally gotta ask that, or
Yeah, you can.
I ask that you would approve without the restrictions.
Your request would be to have this, move this to
To a what?
a deliberative
That's the next meeting.
on June 9th. That's what your request would have to be.
So I said,
yeah.
Okay, so we need a motion in a
You have to
second.
decide what you want to do with that
Mhm.
motion.
I'm not in favor of delaying this for 60 days, I'm sorry, but that's not fair. And I don't want to upset anybody in the township, but
They should know better.
I would think so.
Especially if the lawyer was.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, all of that stuff needs to be covered in the site plan.
That's a
So
later
I
discussion.
can't
That's not a zoning discussion.
second it because I just don't think that's.
So if we do nothing, it just moves forward to the next meeting, right?
Say, you said if and only if this takes place, so they're a recommendation, but not in favor of causing bad blood. That's my position, or staff's position, actually.
Okay.
Discuss this.
Do we have to say anything about if we don't bring this up for,
If it goes to deliberative, it's at the deliberative that you would approve it, but not include the town's condition. That's when you would do that.
but we could still recognize the town approved it. Yes, or nothing with the town approving it.
You could put that into the record during the meeting.
Okay, that we would recognize the town of Neenah approved, but we will not include the two.
Right, 'cause you can't include the conditions on
I feel better
the
about that.
Right. Maybe by then Bob will have some answers for you, and we won't have to.
I like that.
I just say we go forward with it. I just say we go forward with it.
Okay. Well, then we don't have to do anything.
That's just my
So,
feeling.
is this the committee telling me to go to the next item?
Yeah, I guess I just would like to say that, I hear what Brian is saying.
Yes.
Mr. Robert, so that's a concern.
Mhm.
So I don't know if there's, in my mind, it's like, can you do something tonight and then by deliberative, would give us some more info.
Oh, it's either adjourn it or refer back to them, or just don't do anything, it'll be under delivery.
Will they know what we did?
Hmm?
Will they somehow know what we did either way
At some point.
Well, yeah, when we vote on it on the
on
9th,
deliberative?
and if we don't accept the conditions, yes, they're gonna know
Mhm. But they should have known.
not to do it in the first place.
Can I ask one more question? I'm sorry. So how did they rectify that if we would have had it went forward? How would this town make sure that they had their needs met or their wishes?
We let them know formally that it was referred back to them. It would be then up to them to put it on whatever meeting they would have, whether it's plan commission, town board. And they could rediscuss this knowing that you can't condition a zoning change. That might make them take a different look at this and not recommend approval. I don't know, I can't speak for them, but
But on the flip side, what if we approved it and disregarded their input? How would then they rectify?
nothing
How would
is
they?
done.
Okay,
They're a recommendation only. They're under county zone.
thank you.
If this could all happen by the next meeting, I'd be good with it, but I don't like the little
No.
window that it could,
Putting them off longer throughout the summer.
that isn't.
You will still call Bob tomorrow?
I'll let them know.
Does anybody want to make a motion for that?
Well,
Or
We
just
won't
move
have
on?
to.
We don't
you
have,
don't have to. I
we're not
can,
referring it
If we're
back.
not going to refer it back, you don't have to.
Is everybody,
Closing that.
okay,
now, everybody comfortable with the closing item number 4 on the agenda?
We'll be on next Friday's meeting. And if you got any questions between now and this. Hopefully I can answer your question. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to item number 5.
okay.
Item number 5 was adjourned at your June, so that will be on June's public hearing.
Yeah, that's this Scholar Ridge Estates.
Right, but I'm going with the new agenda that doesn't have Scholar Ridge Estates on it.
Okay, are you at June 2000?
Yes,
Yep.
All right,
8825 Wolf River. Yeah.
all right. Okay, application number 2023-ZC 6320, Julie Chakowski. Location of premises 8825 Wolf River Road, tax parcel 032-0346-03. Legal description being all of lot 1 of CSM 5596, located in government lot 3 of section 16, township 20 north, range 14 east, town of Wolf River, Winnebago County, Wisconsin. Explanation, applicant is requesting a zoning change from B2 Community Business District to R1 Rural Residential for a single family home.
Thank you. Do we have any correspondence?
Correspondence from the town of Wolf River recommending approval with findings. 1, town has an adopted land use plan. 2, action agrees with town land.
Sounds great. Okay, and I'm guessing you're here for this item. And would you like to speak or anything you have to say on the item, add to it? You sworn in just in case we have questions for you.
Sounds swear the statements you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
State your name and address.
Julie Chakowski, 8794 Wolf River Road, Fremont, Wisconsin, 54940. There was a mix-up right from the beginning on this. There was a house on this property, guys, for 50+ years. The house, we bought it as a residential lot, always planning to build on it. The house burned down and apparently there was a conditional use on it that lapsed after 15 months. So when we went in to start, everything looked like it was great. And then when we got all the work done and put in the application, it was denied because it had lapsed. We didn't know that. The county didn't even know it because I came to talk to the zoning department and they didn't even know it. He drew the setbacks on it. So anyway, we can move forward with this. We would be so very grateful.
Are you tearing down the little, I'll call it the little brown or chocolate colored
That's
covered?
not ours. That's not part of the parcel.
What about the 2-car garage?
The 2-car garage is not part of the parcel. It's not ours. It has
So
nothing.
we're headed more,
We're going downriver from the little brown cottage.
Okay.
Yes.
lot is long and narrow. The setbacks. We
Hang
can't
on,
hear.
hang on, you're not sworn in.
Yeah.
The lot is long and narrow, and the setbacks, actually Dan from zoning drew them on me and drew them on my parcel map, and we know that we're within all of our setbacks. We have sewer, we have well, we have driveway, we have electricity, and we want to build a house there, guys. We love it. We've been there 24 years and we love it there. So we would greatly appreciate it. Being able to move forward.
so do you guys understand what is going?
I do now, but it wasn't like what it's explained to us.
Okay. Because the little brown
Right.
houses in the garage, because I asked that Friday,
I know.
are they tearing down this whole garage?
I understand that enough.
Okay,
All with it.
That would be okay with us. It's not ours.
Anybody else have any? Do we have anybody on Zoom that's here to speak on this item or?
Let us here for the next one. We should have 2 zoning.
Yep.
I believe.
Okay, not seeing any other
okay,
questions.
we're
there.
gonna move on to the next one.
All right, yes, we'll move on to item number 6.
All right. Application number 2023-ZC-6340, Chakowski 2, Agent Julie M. Chakowski. Location of premises, west parking lot at Wolf River Road and River Lane. Tax parcel 032-0350 per NP. Legal description, being part of government lot 3 of section 16, township 20 north, range 14 east, town of Wolf River, Winnebago County, Wisconsin. Explanation, applicant is requesting a zoning change from A2 general agriculture to B2 community business district for expansion of an existing use.
We have correspondence from the town of Wolf River recommending approval with findings. 1, town has an adopted land use plan. 2, action agreed with town land use plan.
Thank you, Brian. Again, do we have anybody who wants to speak to this item? That's the petitioner, or that would be you again, or Claude?
What we're trying to do is.
Does she need to be sworn in again?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
just making sure.
I'm gonna tell you. I promise I'll tell you. We're selling Chico's Landing. We've been there 24 years and we need our certified survey map to actually reflect what is there. And this was a land deal that happened 20+ years ago. We worked with the DNR, we worked with the Corps of Engineers, And so that piece of property needs to actually reflect that it's parking lot, it's not agricultural. Claude was the former owner. He totally supports that. Claude, I'll let you zoom in if you want to, but we just, in order to get an accurate certified survey map, we need to rezone that small piece of it.
Okay. Questions? No. I didn't see anybody unmuting themselves or raising hands. Did you want to say anything, Claude, or are we good? Looks like we're good if he's not unmuting. Okay, well, was everything on the agenda? Accept the motion.
I move that we adjourn. I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Means
We have a little piece of tidbit. People are planning, Jeff Alexander was coming to 3 weeks ago.
Oh.
In small town Wisconsin,
Yeah,
and somebody nominated us for one little best little bait shop around. So they interviewed us 3 weeks ago, and they're gonna air Thursday night at 6 o'clock.